Hi guys, welcome to Casita's virtual kitchen. This is officially episode number 2. We did a lovely episode last night where we cooked a couple of tapas, some king prawns and some padron peppers. So we're going to do 2 more dishes today, and then we're going to be able to put these together and we're going to be able to make a perfect tapas feast. So what are we going to do today? Well, that's a good question. So today we've got some beautiful chorizo. This is a soft chorizo, cooking chorizo, quite spicy, quite smoky. We're going to do that cooked in our signature red wine, fresh bay leaf, finished with honey. And then also we're going to do another crowd pleaser, the bourbon glazed butternut squash. So easy at home, and the women absolutely love this dish. So I'm going to start off by firing up my stove here. It's a new setup today, so we're going for something slightly different. Hopefully it'll be better for you guys at home to see everything, see the action. I'm just going to turn this on. Hopefully it won't be too loud and you can hear me fine. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with a little bit of oil in both pans. So just a little bit of olive oil. So the chorizo needs to be cooked. It's a semi-soft, semi-cured chorizo. It's not great to eat it like this. We do need to cook it. So we're going to roast that. A little bit of oil, some butter, get all them oils out of it. Now this chorizo is great for a lot of things. There's a lot of flavour in it. If you wanted to make pies, even pastas, paellas, stews, it's amazing. You can use it. Most supermarkets do a soft version of this cooking chorizo now, so you can use it. So what we're going to do, we've got our oil in, a little bit of butter. The reason we put butter and oil is to stop the butter burning. So we're just going to start to melt that, and then we're going to go in with the chorizo. I like to keep it quite chunky, so when we're eating it, it's not dried out and it's still quite soft inside. So we're just going to roll that around the pan. The butternut squash, now this butternut squash has been already cooked. So what I've done with this is I've cut it into almost small chips. I've roasted them, well I haven't roasted them, I've put them in the oven. I've just lightly cooked them, a little bit of oil, a little bit of salt, ideally no colour. All the colour is going to come now from the pan. So the chorizo is working. Just roll that around, you want to get nice even colour all around, okay? You don't just want to one side dark and the rest of it uncooked. So be as generous as you like with this butternut squash. In the restaurant, or for a portion, we usually use 6 pieces, but you can do as many as you want. And for today, I'm going to go in with a few more pieces. You want to hear a sizzle when it goes in. Now, if you don't hear the sizzle, the pan's probably not hot enough. So start a little bit of salt. Let's get some salt in there. So the chorizo's starting to roast nicely. You can't smell it, but it smells amazing. So roll them around there. So to go with the butternut squash, we're going to add a little bit of heat to it. So we're going to go a bit of fresh chilli. Again, red, green, personal preference. Nice and fine. I'm going to chop that up. I'm going to go a little bit of garlic as well. So a bit peeled garlic. Again, nice and fine. Like yesterday, we cut everything fine. Everything cooks quite quickly, so we want it to stay nice and roasted as opposed to raw. So you can already see the butternut squash here is starting to colour. So we want a nice even colour all around there. So we're going to use a little spoon, move it around. The chorizo's coming up nicely now as well. Some nice red wine here. Obviously, depending on what wine you have at home, any wine will do. The better wine you put in, the richer the sauce. Obviously, it'd be great to do it with a Rioja, it's Spanish. But if you've got a bottle of anything open, it's entirely up to you. So, now the butternut squash is starting to roast, we're going to go in with the garlic to the bottom of the pan. We want to get a roast on the garlic, so if you put it on the top of everything, it's just going to sit there and you're not going to get that roast. So now we're going to go in with the chilli as well. A tad more oil, just around, just so it doesn't dry out. We're going to get a bit of a roast on there. The chorizo now you can see, it's starting to roast on all edges. That's what we want. We want all that oil to come out and we're going to get a real good roast. So we're going to use that. So in with this butternut squash now, we're going to go with some butter. That's just going to basically make a lovely sauce. We're going to use the bourbon, we're going going to use some honey, and that's going to glaze it perfect. So butter's going to melt. That should help roast the garlic also. Chorizo is looking good, so we're going to go in with a wine soon with this. Get the last little bit out of it. The squash is looking good. So we just want to keep roasting this now until we've got the desired colour on the garlic. The roasted colour. Right, we're going to go in with the wine now. So it might spit a little, you want to be careful. As much as you like. Depends how much sauce you want. We're going to reduce that down. Now we let that reduce almost down to nothing before we add anything else. Back to the squash. It's roasting up nicely now. Right, we're going to go in with the bourbon. A nice bit of bourbon. It won't flambe, we don't have any naked flames here, but you get the idea. It smells amazing. Right, chorizo's reducing, bourbon's reducing. While they're doing that, I'm just going to chop a bit of this fresh parsley here. This is going to be for our chorizo when we're done. Nice and fine, you don't want big chunks of parsley in there. Keep bringing this down. So most of this bourbon is now burnt off there. So some lovely honey, we're going to go in with this. Depends how sweet you like it. I like it quite sweet, so I'm going to be quite generous. And then basically, once you've added that, you should see a beautiful glaze all over the butternut squash. Tiny bit of salt to finish. Lovely, happy with that. I'm going to put that one over there. So that's ready. Turn this motor off. And then we're just waiting for the chorizo, so we need to bring it down a little bit further. I've got my fresh bay leaves here. You can use dries, you can use fresh. The fresh ones are much more aromatic, so if you're going to use fresh, you put them in nearer the end, otherwise they'll overpower everything else. It's not what we want. So we're going to bring that down a bit further. Just while that's happening in front of me here, what I'm going to garnish the butternut squash with is a bit of goat's cheese. This one is slightly herbed, got a bit of garlic in there, a little bit of chive, but why not? Some really nice crispy pomegranate seeds, a bit of fresh rocket, and a bit of balsamic glaze. And the chorizo red wine itself, just chorizo, the lovely rich sauce, bit of parsley, bit of honey. So we're getting there now. In with the bay leaves. I'm going to reduce that last little bit now. As discussed yesterday, any little dishes you've got for serving are great for tapas. So pull out whatever you've got. And a little bit of honey with this as well. So we're probably almost there with this wine now. It's nicely reduced. We're going to glaze up with the honey. And again, you should have a really nice glaze on your sausage. I like it quite saucy, so I'm going to leave it nearly there. I'm just going to warm this honey through a little bit. And then we're going to finish with this parsley. A little taste. It's always good to taste as you're cooking. See, you might be too sweet. Wonderful. So, in with the parsley. Again, we use our fresh herbs all at the ends, so they stay nice and green. I think I'm happy with that. We'll turn that off. So back to the plating. The chorizo, dead easy, into a bowl. All this lovely sauce. If you had patatas bravas and you'd made a nice sort of rich sauce, and you know there's no veggies about, you can add a little bit of this lovely sauce to that, which takes it to the next level. As much sauce in there as you want. If you like it, get it in there. There we go, wonderful. So that's your chorizo cooked in red wine. The butternut squash, a little bit more to do with that one. So we're going to roll it around in the pan, glaze it all up, and then just in the dish, however you like it. I mean, you don't even have to get fancy with this. You can just put it in a bowl, add your cheese on the top. Lovely. We'll try and make it look a little bit more respectable. So into the dish like that. A little bit of this lovely bourbon glaze here all over the top. There we go. So then we've got the goat's cheese. I'm going to put the goat's cheese, crumble it all over the top. There we go. Wash my hands. Pomegranate seeds over the top, nice and generous. And then in the restaurant we use pea shoots. I don't have them at home. I'm just going to use a bit of nice salad rocket, which will give it a nice peppery taste. Balsamic glaze, everyone's got this in their cupboard. A little bit over the top again. You can be a little bit more generous if you like it. Look at them colours, so all the way over the top there. And just to finish, tiny bit of salt, just to bring it all together. And that's it. Two more very, very simple tapas dishes from the virtual kitchen here at La Casita. So there, we've got a beautiful tapas feast. These two, prawns, padron peppers. I mean, you're not going to get anyone that's going to turn their nose up there. So again, thank you very much for joining. It's been a pleasure coming to you from my home. And I'll be up again soon. Hope to see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.